If you do fly, most airlines require you wear a mask on board. Transport Canada has made it mandatory at airports and on planes where you can't keep physically distant from other people. The advice about mask wearing, though, has shifted through the course of this pandemic. The consensus now is wearing a non-medical mask in public can help reduce the spread of the new coronavirus. And the debate now is more about whether to encourage mask wearing or make it mandatory. Mike Drolet explains.
Toronto's mayor arrived with a prop, a mask, taking it off to announce Torontonians should be putting them on.
We're going to rely largely on education and public awareness.
Council voted to make masks mandatory for indoor public settings and businesses starting next week across the Greater Toronto area, which would coincide with the start of a similar mandate for transit riders across Ontario. John Tory's bylaw comes after Premier Doug Ford dismissed the idea of a province-wide mask rule, saying it's unenforceable.
Wear a mask. I think it's critical that you do that. But the police 14.5 million people would be very, very difficult.
It won't be any easier in Toronto, where Tory hopes people simply do the right thing.
There won't really be an aggressive enforcement, to be candid about it.
In Quebec, transit riders who refuse to wear masks won't be fined, but beginning July 27th, they'll be denied entry.
The rule will be that the only consequence will be that you cannot use the transport. There's no fine.
The mask rule has worked at reducing COVID cases in other locales, particularly New York City and Italy.
We know that when people are outside, the risk of transmission is very much reduced unless there's a lot of people in a close proximity to each other. But indoors, the risk of transmission is much higher, and especially in a situation where physical distancing is not as easy.
In British Columbia, where case numbers have been quite low, the provincial health officer recommends masks but will not make it mandatory. And over the last 3 weeks, there has been one day where the number of daily cases across all of Canada rose over 400. Anti-maskers will no doubt seize on that fact.
Well, you gotta wear a mask, bro.
Which could lead to confrontations like this. Will Torontonians comply, or will the health versus freedom debate ignite north of the border as well? Mike Drolet, Global News, Toronto.